What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Good morning from Canada. Happy Sunday. Got some NFL playoffs today. My Raiders got knocked out, but I'll still be watching. So currently we're sitting at 161. We're going to go over our friend Matic, a little bit of Ethereum, and Bitcoin, of course. We're sitting at $1.60. We're up about 3% on the day. We're seeing a market cap of 11.92 billion. 24-hour volume, 1.67 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, you can sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards for cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives. Depending on the level of card that you have, $25 just for signing up through my referral. So let's hop into Matic. We're going to start here on the 4 hour. Actually, let's quickly pop over to the 1 hour. So you can see on the 1 hour, we've had a nice bounce, came right down towards oversold. Now the money flow has come up to the top section as well as the RSI. So what I'm looking for here is a bit of a double bottom. We come down, we retest this level of support, and we see a nice bounce. Because as you can see here on the 4 hour, we're absolutely in the floor, extremely oversold. Let me scroll back here. Let me drop in a line. Wow. Come on, Jax. Absolute amateur. Okay, let's drop in a line here. We'll scroll back to the last time we were this oversold on the 4 hour time frame. You can see we have to scroll way back. So right here was the last time we were that oversold. Our correction over the summertime, huge pump back to the upside. If we come down here, this is I'll have to come way down. This is the last time we were that oversold, huge pump to the upside. Now I know, guys, it looks like we may be going into a bear market. We're starting to see confirmation, but as I've mentioned, it doesn't go straight down. It works in waves, guys. You can see the money flow is in the floor as well. So what I'm looking for is a double bottom. We come back down, we retest this level of support, and we see our bounce back to the upside. And I want to pop over to Matic on the daily. So check this out, guys. Extremely oversold, money flow absolutely in the floor. We scroll back on the daily. This is the last time we were that oversold on the daily. Huge pump to the upside, 160%. Now, even if we were to go into a bear market, guys, I would expect a dead cat bounce. Similar to what you see here, we topped out, we came down, you have a dead cat bounce, but instead of finding a level support and bouncing, you continue the downtrend. And we're yet to see a dead cat bounce with Ethereum and Bitcoin, and the indicators are absolutely in the floor. So of course, it's not financial advice, guys, it's just my opinion, but I do think we'll see a nice bounce relatively soon. If we scroll all the way back to the last time Matic was that oversold on the daily, you can see right here, huge bounce to the upside. Even if you only counted the push up to this high, you're looking at a push of 88% for Matic. Then we saw some consolidation and we broke higher. And once again, we've come down to those levels on the RSI. Now, the bearish scenario is that we consolidate and we break lower. We just do a little something like this, and then we come lower and the RSI stays low here before we see a bounce to the upside. However, if we pop over to Ethereum, we lost our structural support, which is an early indicator of a bear market. Even if we see a nice bounce back to the upside and see that dead cat bounce, the fact that we lost that structural support is an early indicator of a bear market. You can see we fell right out of our descending channel, and we've had some swift sell-off. But you know what happens after you have swift sell-off? You see a beautiful bounce to the upside, just as we did here. We had swift sell-off, we had a big bounce. We had some swift sell-off right here, we had a massive bounce. And these aren't small bounces, guys. Even if you go from the structural support, that was a 40% bounce for ETA. Swift sell-off bounce, swift sell-off bounce. It just doesn't go straight down, guys. Now, I know this has been a very harsh correction, but look at the RSI. When is the last time Ethereum has been this in the floor on the daily RSI? We have to scroll way back, guys, all the way back to the Corona dump. And you know what happened after we were that oversold on the RSI? Massive pump to the upside. Even here, guys, we were that oversold. Look at this pump for Ethereum. We saw a bounce of 150%, which would be an absolutely massive push for our friend Matic. So once again, we've come down to those levels. So what I'm expecting personally is some sort of reversal pattern, or even a V-shaped recovery. Maybe we create a double bottom or a V-shaped recovery. And if we are going to go into a bear market, create that dead cat bounce and then go lower. So we bounce up, we start taking our profits with Matic, and then we start dollar cost averaging once again, and we get ready for the next bounce. back to the upside. Let's hop over to our friend BTC. All right, guys, we're here on the 4-hour time frame. We fell out of our falling wedge pattern. We lost our structural support. Early indicator that we're going into a bear market, guys. If we close on the weekly time frame underneath 40K, today is Sunday. That's further confirmation of a bear market. I'm always going to be real with you guys and basically share my opinion and my knowledge with technical analysis. And for me personally, the fact that we lost the structural support, we're about to have a weekly close underneath 40K, underneath the structural support, is an indicator of a bear market in my opinion. But I am expecting a dead cat bounce. So I want to pop over to the daily time frame. So here we are on the daily, guys. We invalidated our Wyckoff accumulation. So I'm going to quickly take this out. I said if we lose this low, guys, if we lose 40K, it invalidates our Wyckoff accumulation, guys. Now this indicator on the side here is the VPVR. If you want to find it, come up to your indicators and type in VPVR. It's the volume profile visible range, and what this is showing you guys is how much volume we saw in a specific range. So you can see the huge amount of volume we saw in this range here, in between about 32K to about 34K, and that's exactly where we wicked down to, and we're currently holding as support. So using that indicator as well as the RSI being absolutely in the floor, we have not been this low. We're at 19, guys, on the RSI. We have not been this low since back in the Corona dump, followed by a huge bounce. Here we were that low on the RSI, massive bounce. Right here we were that low on the RSI, massive bounce. These aren't small bounces, guys. If we take the smallest bounce here, you're looking at a 30% move for Bitcoin, which is a massive move for the alts. Hold on. I have to fix my VPVR now. I've screwed everything up. Okay, perfect. So here's what I think are the two likely scenarios. We either consolidate right here. We see some consolidation before seeing a nice push back to the upside, or we see a V-shaped bounce and we see our push back to the upside. Those are the two scenarios that I personally think are likely due to the fact that there's a lot of volume in this range and how low the RSI is. And the bearish scenario is that we come down to retest about 30K before seeing our bounce. So I'm going to quickly remove the VPVR and I'm just going to close the money. Actually, I'll leave the money flow open. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to scroll back into the bear market, guys, just to show you guys what happens when we are this low on the RSI. Look right here, guys, bounce back to the upside. Right here, extremely oversold, massive bounce back to the upside. We'll give some other examples. Right here, oversold, bounce back to the upside, oversold, bounce back to the upside. So many people, they think it will just go straight down, but it doesn't work like that, guys. It works in waves. So what I'm expecting is to see a nice bounce. If we're going to go into a bear market, I'm expecting to see a dead cat bounce. We roll over, we go lower, we retest these lows, we bounce, we hit resistance, and we come a little bit lower. As I had mentioned in my previous video, if we are going into a bear market, pop over in the monthly chart, I would expect us to find support along the 55 EMA. Let me open this up. As you can see right here, this blue line, currently it's coming in about 22K. Of course, it will take months for us to get down there. So I'm looking at about in between about 24 to 28 to 30K. I'm going to say in between 24 to 28 would be our bottom, because as you can see here in previous bear markets, we bounced perfectly off the 55 EMA on the monthly time frame. This is 2018, 2019, and then right here we have 2014 going into 2015. We bounced off the 55 EMA. A lot of people are saying 10K Bitcoin, 14K Bitcoin. Personally, I don't really think so. I think we come down if we are going into a bear and we bounce off the 55 EMA on the monthly, as we have in our previous two bear markets. All right, guys. If we look at the weekly time frame as well, guys, we've lost the EMAs. Let me get all these scribbles out of here. You can see we lost the 20 EMA, we lost the 55. We came up and we hit it as resistance, and we're dropping lower, which is an early indicator of a bear market as well. As you can see here, in 2018, once we came down and we dropped underneath the EMAs, we came up, we hit them as resistance. It confirmed the bear market and we dropped lower. If we go back to 2013, guys, we came down, we found support on the 55, we saw a nice bounce, but then we broke below them, we hit them as resistance, and we fell down into our bear market. So if we go to current date, we've come underneath the 55, we bounced back, we hit it as resistance, and we've dropped lower. So if we do see a bounce here, I do think it's likely that we push up in between about 45 to 51K. I'm going to quickly pull up the RSI one more time, because what happens when we get this oversold is we push back up to overbought. As you can see here, we push back up to overbought. Even here, guys, we came down towards oversold, we consolidated, and then we pushed back up to overbought. I'm going to scroll back to some more examples here. Here's the Corona dump, guys. Very low on the RSI. We pushed back up to overbought right here as well. We came towards oversold. We pushed back up to overbought. Even in a bear market, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to come down to oversold, and you're going to push back up to overbought on the daily. So for us to push back up to overbought on the daily, I do think we'd at least come up in between 45 to 51K. And as I mentioned, guys, worst case scenario for me is we consolidate, we come back down to retest these lows before seeing that dead cat bounce back to the upside. And of course, the bullish scenario, we come up and we break resistance, and we come up and we tackle this high. But as of right now, we do have quite a few different confluence that we are entering into a bear market. But that's perfectly okay, guys, because it works in waves. It doesn't just go straight down. That's basically it. I would keep an eye on the short positions, guys. They are increasing. As you can see, we're seeing quite a steady increase in short positions. So what may happen is we come down to create a double bottom. If we do break lower, guys, then I do think we'd come down to about 29 to 30K quite quickly, and then see a beautiful bounce to the upside. But I do think we also have a good chance to either see some consolidation and see that dead cat bounce taking us up to at least 45K, or see some sort of V-shaped recovery double bottom to push us back up to the upside. We'll finish off the video with our friend Matic. So our break even is currently sitting at 196. So far we've had 4 entries: 228, 215, 192, 151. So we're getting more money into our trade, and our break even is sitting here at 196. That's why I always remind you guys to have enough buy zones for a 50 to 80% drop, because anything can happen in crypto. I had quite a few people message me telling me that they only had set enough buy limits, like the first 2 buy limits. They didn't expect it to drop anymore. But as I always mention, at least a 50 to 80% drop, especially with the altcoins, due to the volatility of cryptocurrency. So that's it for this one, guys. If you want to sign up to the Discord, guys, there's over 1,000 members talking all things crypto. Let me pop everything open, posting chart patterns as well as the DCA charts for many coins, guys. We have Solana, we have VET, we have SAM, we have Matic, we have Gallo, we have Phantom, we have ADA. It's the price of a coffee, 350 USD. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.